I will introduce my very special guest. She's a very single, very talented, a servant of God, and a full-time missionary. So, I am also happy because Bisaya sad ni siya. So let's welcome Ate Khenny!
Hello everyone!
I know some of us that God has planted a seed in our hearts to share or to be a witnesses of His truth to those people who haven't received it yet. And maybe you are one of that person right now who has that seed in your heart and believe that your purpose in life is to be a salt and light of this world we live in. And maybe that seed you have in your heart right now needs a water of encouragement to be able to sprout again just as mine. So please join us and let us be inspired together. Okay, hi Ate Ken, how are you?
I'm good.
How's your stay in Dubai?
So far so good. I learned a lot of lessons from the people I met and from the people that I spent time with. And even while I was roaming around Dubai alone, God spoke to me through the situation.
Can you just share us about your life-changing experience? Testimony na lang. Share ano.
Okay, so back when I was in college, I'm very active follower of Jesus Christ, but I was just a Christian by name, because at that time I believed that I will go to hell if I don't do the right things or the good things. So I really thought that salvation is based on my good works. But then hunger and thirst for the truth driven me to seek God. That's why while I was in my second year college, I joined a lot of campus ministries, different campus ministries, and each time I joined them, there's no invitation.
Okay.
I am just seeing and reading posters on or bulletin boards, announcements that you are invited to join this fellowship. You will experience different things. So all those Valentine specials and other theme for the month, I would join those kinds of fellowship. So I cannot count the number of campus ministries I've joined, but the turning point in my life is that a dear friend of mine came to me and shared who really Jesus is. And at that point, it became so clear that I am saved by grace, that I don't have to work out my way for salvation. So after understanding what Jesus did for me on the cross, I was never the same again. So I joined series of camps, encounters, and seminars, and it always pointed me back to the truth that I am saved for a purpose, and that purpose is to share Christ to others. And so right after my encounter retreat, it was a 3 days encounter, and I was never the same again. I was just going to the rooms of my board mates, knocking at their door, telling them that, hey, Christ is real, Jesus is real. I mean, education is good, but there's more to life than just graduating with flying colors and bachelor's degree. So some would note me like, just ignore her because she's just like that. So they think I'm crazy, or they think that I went to the extreme of knowing the Lord. But I did not regret those times that I shared the gospel to my board mates, because up until now, those board mates that I shared the gospel with are still following Jesus Christ, and they are still as passionate as the time when I first saw them growing and knowing Christ. That's how my story started. That's how I got saved. So it's intentional seeking and God moving one person to reach out to me. So if not for that one person who intentionally reached out to me and shared the gospel to me, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Ate Ken, how did you know that God is calling you?
Since I was in high school, I already have this desire to serve Him as a missionary. In fact, when I learned about the truth that Christ saved me while I was still a sinner, sa panahon nga wa pa ko'y plano nga mutuo sa iya, musunod sa iya, manerbisyo, mga lagad niya, sa Romans 5:8, God sent His Son to die for me while I was still sinner, unlovable, unwanted, tanan na mga kapangit-pangit na description. He did that, and so each time I would pray for the lost people, my heart will just my heartbeat will just pound so strong that, and each time I would read passages about going to nations, reaching out people, my heart will just cry, and it will be the time na makaingon jud ko nga, Ginoo, para sa ako ni nga pulong, Ginoo, para sa ako ning tawag nimo nga magbalita sa maayong balita. Tapos kana another turning point kay during my internship, I experienced na magsulat sa newspaper. Because all I wanted is to be a journalist and a broadcaster. Gusto rin ako labuan si Corina Sanchez that time. Tapos kana seeing my name printed on a local newspaper, biyang kalipay, wow, na akong pangalan, na akong gamay na picture. Tapos murag umpisa na ni. And then I was invited to host a radio program. A short time lang na morning radio program. I was like, wow, it's a wonderful feeling. Madunggan ko sa kadaghanan. But then each time I would think about broadcasting and journalism, the Lord is telling me, I want you to be a broadcaster, but not of this kind of news. I want you to be a broadcaster of the truth of the gospel. And truth be told, ni-graduate ko, nakatapos ko kurso na DevCom, and I'm still applying the things nga akong natunan. And I am broadcasting the good news. So
Wow.
I thank God for how He
Turn.
the what they call this one? Turn my life upside
Yes.
down. So from wanting to be famous to wanting to lift Jesus' name. So dili na ni ako, si
Yes.
Kristo na ni.
Of course, we're always praying for the glory of Christ. How was it in the battlefield?
Just keeping your integrity. Mo gina siyang pinaka-challenge. So honesty and integrity are two different things. Ang honesty, you're honest with other people, the things that they can see. But integrity is the things that you do when no one is watching you. So discouragement, loneliness, feeling of uselessness, feeling of being a failure, nothing to do, like so many things that you want to do but you cannot do because of the limitations. You don't know the language, you have no enough connections with the people. So makaingon yun ka nga kung saan na lang mani. But then I would always go back to the Word of God. So ang personal devotion yun ang nag-drive sa ako nga magpadayon bisag sa kaluyahon. And thank God na ang mga missionaries in the past who would wait for several months to receive a letter of encouragement, kita karon, it's just a one click sa atong phone na natin ma-receive na encouragement, messages, video calls. So I thank God for technology and accountability partners here. So it's always good to have mentors who are following the Lord and who is leading you and directing you to do the things nga gitawag gipabuhat sa imo sa Ginoo. So loneliness is real, and I can only fight loneliness knowing that God is with me, and He is sending a lot of people actually to encourage me. Sometimes I will just be surprised that people, especially my neighbors, will just knock on my door and they are bringing food.
Wow.
I was like, did I ask for this? But then the Lord will tell me that this is how I want to treat you. This is how I want to provide for you. And this is how I want to show you that I am faithful. So, kana lang yun nga, each time na ma-discourage ko, mubalik yun ko sa kamatuoran nga, I'm already saved. What else can I ask for? I am serving the King of Kings, and it is the greatest privilege. So, with or without blessings, with or without companions, I can still serve the Lord because I am with Him and He is with me. He is Emmanuel. Kanagyod. Wag yun siya ni buhi sa iyang identity that He is Emmanuel. He is always with us. I just remember one of my devotions. It's about the disciples. When Jesus called them, they immediately responded. Like, it was the fishermen na gitawag ni Jesus, na siya nga, come, follow me. And then immediately they left their nets and followed Him. So what are these nets that the disciples left behind? So NETS, kanilang yun. Yes, yeah, remember this. There are 4 things that God asked me to leave behind so I can grow and I can inspire others to keep on following the Lord. And names. They abandoned their names. Imagine si Peter, he was called Simon was then called Peter. God changed their names because that's the thing, our names, we are holding on to our identity. We are holding on to the labels that the world gave to us. So akong name sa una, Christine Mary Baliton or Ken Baliton, journalist.
Yeah.
Tapos wala, I left that behind because God called me. So wala na, forget your names because God will give you a new name. That new name is child of God.
Wow.
So, and then second E, embarrassments. We have so many embarrassments in our life, mga kaulawan. And there are so many people nag-ask na, Ken, bright man ka, ano inanara mong ginabuhat? You can apply for a job, earn a lot of money, be happy. You can even have your own family. Kaya hangtod ron single pa ko, so they think na. So, embarrassments. I don't know how many failures you have experienced, how many people have judged you because of your failures. And same thing with me. God just told me to forget your embarrassments, forget those negative past that happened to me, because I did not graduate on time. And people are telling me, nag-major manggod kag dili mao. and so kana lang yun. So tanang kaulawan gikalimtan gibiyakan. And then treasure. What do I treasure the most? So is it being famous? Is it having money? So that's the thing. If your treasure is your own life, then definitely maglisod yun kag follow sa Ginoo. Kaingon man siya nga, whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Kana gyud treasure. So sometimes we treasure our life more than things nga naa sa ato kaluwasan. And then they left their sailboats. So sailboats would represent our dreams, atong pangandoy, and the things that we are used to, the things that we use to reach those dreams. So kana lang gyud ginaw sa Ginoo, can forget your name, your embarrassments, your treasures, and your sailboat. Ayaw na nabaliki because I'm preparing something new for you. And truth be told, I saw a lot of things, I saw a lot of surprises. Kung wala na ako gisunod ang Ginoo, for sure, dili ko maingani karon. If wala ko nag-obey sa Ginoo, I would have not seen the lives of people being changed because of knowing Jesus Christ.
Wow.
So, katulad yun. And the fact that kung ikaw nakadungo ka sa pulong sa Ginoo, imong gidawat siya sa imong heart, then you will never be the same. Kay if you would look back and think, kinsa man ka sa wala pa kagiluwa sa Ginoo, unsa man ang imong status sa wala pa kagiluwa sa Ginoo. So to whom who is forgiven much will love much. Mo nung nahitabo sa ako kay if you have just known me in the past, di gyud mo maganahan sa ako. I mean, with my past identity, with all my secret sins, wala gyud tawo nga ganahan mo duol sa ako. But then it was the grace of God that rescued me and saved me and made me who I am right now. So kana he who is forgiven much will love much. So, how you value your salvation will determine the intensity of your service. Kung para sa imo ang kaluwasan common lang, common ra pud imong pagserbisyo sa Ginoo. Pero kung para sa imo ang kaluwasan mo ay pinaka-priceless na regalo na imong nadawat gikan sa iya ka, definitely you will give everything. You will kanang all out for the Lord. Kung mga lagad lang man ka, itodong na nimo kay tudo-tudo pud biya iyang gihatag. So, na lang yun. Just go back to your salvation story, and that will be enough for you to keep on going. Each time that I will feel discouraged, I will just go back to how God rescued me. And how God used me to rescue others. We are saved not because of the reason nga we are just saved for ourselves. We are saved so that we can be channels of blessings to others as well. Giluwas ta aron maluwas pud ang uban. Gamiton ta sa Ginoo para maluwas pud ang uban. Imagine kung wala atong akong friend wala nag-take time to share the gospel to me, asa na mako ka. So I would always go back to that time na kung wala tuod na nag-share sa akong sa gospel, asa na mako ka. Grabe no, ang imong simple act of obedience would go that far. So it didn't have to be a sana siya bombastic event. The simplest thing na imong mabuhat guys.
Obey na.
Obey. Tapos di na ito niya ipamalita sa bilog kalibutan kung siya akong gibuhat. But then the Lord sees and the Lord rewards. But with or without the reward, I'm doing this because maluwas na ko. Anak pa lang. Tapos nagapangutan na, what if dili tinuod ang imong ginatuuhan? What if walay Ginoo, what if walay heaven and hell?
Ang sawa niyo pagtuwa.
Ang tubag kay, kung dili tinuod akong gituuhan, walay mawala sa akin. Pero kung tinuod ng akong gituuhan, tapos i-reject nimo, mawala tanan. You will lost eternity. You will lost your soul. So the study of human nature is better than the study of nature.
Ay.
Yeah. So human nature is better than the study of nature. So as much as I would enjoy the creation and the beautiful sceneries, the Lord is teaching me to just connect to people, because are wired to do that. Una, as much as I can, I would want to meet as much people as possible in a given time. So we are just called to be FAT, F-A-T, faithful, available, and teachable. So, kung unsay role or responsibility gihatag sa imo sa Ginoo, just be faithful with that. And then available, di ka kabalo mo storya, pero pag tawgon ka sa Ginoo ng storya, be there, be available. So, availability is the best ability. Wala nang hinahanglan si Lord o mayong tao. Nanginahanglan siya available na tao and teachable. Kung patudlo ka sa Ginoo, tudloan ka niya. If you make yourself available for the use of the Master, you will have everything.
Thank you, Ate Ken, for your time and sharing your life and very inspiring experience. God bless everyone.
Thank you!